Fox, who's from the Environment Agency. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's a busy time again, isn't it?
It is. The Environment Agency is now rostered right the way through to the 2nd of January, so we're all systems go, doing the very best we can for people through another bout of wet weather. We've got in excess of 400 warnings and alerts out. The severe warning in Helston, we've been out clearing grids and making sure water's flowing as quickly as possible. But it's really serious stuff out there, and we need people to take care, particularly during all of the travel they're doing this weekend.
Of course, because lots of people will be trying to get to different parts of the country to see their friends and family for Christmas. So at the moment, what are your main areas of concern? It's
southwest England again, Devon, Cornwall, Dorset, Wiltshire, along the south coast, but areas as well in the Midlands and Yorkshire, where we've just seen all of this rain saturating the ground, and even moderate amounts of rain can cause flooding. So we need people to look at the Environment Agency website, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and really take notice of the warnings that we're issuing today.
What are the most common problems that you face? I mean, we were hearing earlier about the warnings that the weather guys can give us now, better information in that respect. But what are the problems that you face practically, things that people do that get them into problems?
Possibly the most dangerous thing people do is actually enter floodwater. They drive into floodwater or walk into floodwater. And we've seen the AA issuing warnings to their members not to drive into floodwaters. They're having to rescue people, the emergency services as well. And that's where people are actually going into dangerous situations. And we urge people to stay out of water. Even quite shallow, fast-flowing water can cause problems.
Because people think they know roads, possibly, and they think, well, I kind of know how deep it is there and the lie of the land or whatever, and maybe take that risk.
It's not just the depth, but it's the flow as well. And also, water comes up from drains and can actually pop the manhole covers off. And so you can be walking through what could be 4 or 5 inches only of very murky water, but suddenly find yourself over a hole in the ground. So people really do need to stay out of flood waters.
If you do find yourself, in that sort of situation where you're either in your home and the floodwater surrounding it, you're in your car, there's floodwater surrounding it, what do you do? I mean, you stay put. Is that really seriously the best thing to do?
The most important advice is to stay in your home unless the emergency services who manage evacuations tell you otherwise. But move your possessions and up to safe ground if you can, and make sure that neighbours and friends are protected and happy.
And in your car?
In your car, stay out of floodwater.
Right,
it really is as simple as that.
And the Environment Agency, of course, working in close cooperation with, we were hearing from the local councils down in Helston, for example, and the emergency services. So you sort of coordinate the responses in these places.
We do. We practice and plan for these sort of emergencies all the time. So our role in the Environment Agency is to work with the Met Office, predict the weather and understand where floods might happen, and then alert the local authorities and emergency services to take action on the ground. So it was our warning we issued in Helston this morning at 3:30, which led the emergency services to muster and respond locally to help people make decisions about evacuation.
So you can find all that information, I know, on your website, on local radio stations as well, but you just advise people presumably just keep in touch and know what's going on.
They do, yes. Take a look at our website. We can offer free flood warnings to people living at flood risk, and there are 5 million of those houses around England and Wales. But look at our website, Facebook and Twitter feeds as well.
Thank you. Thanks very much, and good luck to everybody as well who's being affected by all of that.
Absolutely. So we're talking about that heavy rainfall in some places. Matt's got the big picture for us this morning. How's it looking?